If you've ever wanted to grow a gaming YouTube channel or YouTube channel in general in 2022, even if you have 0 views and 0 subs, you don't know where to go and what to do, well, I'm going to break this down for you right now. You can use these strategies at 0, 1,000, 10,000 subs, doesn't matter. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned in this channel over the past 4 years of studying YouTube, things I've learned from full-time YouTubers and channel managers. Let's dive right on in. Tip number 1. It's about drive, it's about power. As The Rock says, drive is the first thing. Now, I'm going to be putting notes up in the top of the screen here, and I'll put them in the description for you if you would like to take them after this video is finished up and you watch it all. So let's talk about drive. So this is something that you have to want to do. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be like, I want to be a full-time YouTuber right now. I don't advise that. But you at least have to want it, at least a little bit. Have to want it, because even if you say just have that little interest, like I want to try this YouTube thing, see if I like it, it may be cool. The reason I say that is because I've seen too many people say, well, I want to be a YouTuber, but I'm too lazy, I don't want to learn editing, I don't have the time for it, which we'll talk about ways to make that time. But at least in my case, I was going to start a channel in 2016, and that was me. I said those things. And then I started in 2018, and I'm like, what if I would have started earlier? Start now and learn as you go, but if you have that drive, it'll at least propel you to get where you need to be. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is focus. What do I mean by that? So find a niche, find a type of video that you want to do. Now, when I say this, what I mean by that is, say one day you upload a Fortnite video, and then you upload a Doom, an Apex Legends, a cooking, a sewing video. All of those things are not going to build an audience. Now, the variety channels do exist. My friend Under the Mayo does one very well at that, but you'll probably find a core base works off of one thing. So me, on my other gaming channel, I make Doom videos, the video game, and cover that. I don't make like Fortnite and then Doom and then life hacks. Like with this channel, the focus is how can I help you grow a YouTube channel with a focus on gaming this year and beyond. If someone asked me what my channel was about, I could give that elevator speech and say, hey, this is what we talk about, this is what we do, and that way they can say, hey, that looks like the channel for me, I think I'll subscribe and watch. Because if you're all over the place, they'll be like, okay, they'll watch this video, maybe not that one, and it won't build that core base of that pyramid, of that building that you need. So when we go off of focus, we have topic, idea. This is key. This is probably the most important thing. I'm going to be talking about it in more videos too, because the idea is what sets you apart, what makes you have something worth watching. So for example, if you upload a video of let's play Fortnite part 12, that doesn't set you apart. That doesn't really make people say, hey, I want to watch that. That looks interesting. I've not seen that before. You have to either be better, be different, or both. So if you load up, say, we'll use Doom as an example, since that's the game I cover on my other channel, and say, hey, I want to make this interesting Easter egg, the rarest Easter egg that nobody's ever seen before, or this combat discussion, like how do you use this gun in combat? Because you need to have an idea that draws people, whether it's education, whether it's entertainment, edutainment, if they're both, because in that example of the gun, people are like, hey, if I learn how to use this, I'll be better at the game, and then I'll have more fun playing it. Where if it's a general Let's Play, it's like, okay, it's cool. Streams, I think, more have taken the place of Let's Plays, but that's a neat thing for another video. Find what works that people want to see that makes you stand out. The next one here that ties in is storytelling, the most important thing on YouTube. If you tell a story, it will grip people. Learning how to do this is so important. I actually used to read stories on this channel, and even on 15-20 minute videos, I would reach retention rates of up to 50, 60, even 70% on that length. How? It's the story. Once you start that story, you have to know how it ends. You have to know where you're going, like what's going to happen at the end to the good guy, the bad guy. Now you might be asking, I play a video game, I play Apex Legends, how can I make a story from that? Well, what you learn over time, and it's great to practice now and get it ingrained in your head, is what topic right here. So let's say I have my own journey of playing the hardest difficulty in Doom. How I started off as someone who just wasn't doing that great, and I learned and I went and I watched videos in power, and then by the end, you see the victory. That build up, that story, you're so engrossed and into figuring out what happens next that you gotta stay for the rest of the video and see. If If you learn how to tell a story, you will grip people and you will leave a mark. Our next one is community. Build something people want to be a part of. Yes, ever since I started my channel from day one, almost 4 years ago now, I put community at the forefront. We did interactive challenges. I would say leave a comment. If you want to be in on this, send your video in and we'll do a review. Anything to build that community, because like seriously, think about it. Have you ever seen, I want you to think, have you ever seen a channel and you're like, wow, this guy's really cool. He makes great videos. He really is talking to me directly as a person. I like this guy. And you look down and he has 50 subs. And then you're like, how's this guy only have 50 subs? His stuff is so good. He needs 10,000. Well, it sounds like to me, he's got that content creation pretty down. He knows how to make videos. He just doesn't know how to get them out there and be discovered. That's the thing. YouTube will show smaller channels. I've seen them. I've met them. I've talked to them. They will show up in your feed. Your job as a YouTuber, as you're just starting out in 2022, building your gaming channel, is to say, okay, when YouTube gives me that shot and someone sees my video, how can I make them stay? How can I build something that they want to be a part of and come back to each day? That is something that I've seen. There's actually a tab in your YouTube audience, and as this channel goes on and we show more and more videos, I'll go more in detail, that shows what videos people want to watch and what they're coming back for. I'll actually show you on the screen now. Videos growing your audience. Other channels your audience watches. Figure out what they want to see and build that community that they'll come back for. This will tell you what to make, and this will show you who they also are watching. Like I said, we'll get more into that in future videos, so be sure to subscribe if all this stuff sounds like something that you want to do to help grow your channel on YouTube. To tie into that, put in the work. Get out there in the community, build this thing, and front load with power. What do I mean by that? See, when you're first starting out a channel, it's like climbing up that hill, right? If you're just going to gently walk up the hill, you're going to get pushed back down time and again. You really have to get in there and say, all right, I am going to reply to every comment that I can. I am going to make these videos, put them out every day, 3 a week, 4 a week. I am going to get in the Discord communities. I am going to make myself known and make that difference. Everybody else, there are hundreds of YouTube channels out there that just post videos and let them go. You need to be that difference. Stand out. Make people say in their mind, wow, this guy's actually talking to me. He's different than all these other YouTubers that have 100 subs or 50 or 0. And they see that, and they see your storytelling, your community building, your focus. They see that you're serious. No matter if you're doing it for fun or if this is a business to you, make an important thing in your mind. That viewer, without that viewer that's watching your channel, you will have no views. Now that sounds silly, right? Well, think about it. The community is the core. Without them, where would you be? Of course, we know the stats, and this is more like a philosophical video than just the raw numbers, but the idea is good stats equals pushing out equals more views. This is your click-through rate, your average view duration, things that we're going to break down in future videos. If you can learn how to get these good, and I will teach you how to do that, then that will make things so good. People say that YouTube doesn't push them out as small channels. They do. It's all about the stats. Usually people will say, I'm not getting pushed out, Austin, what's happening? And then I'll look at their stats and say, well, this one right here is lower than the average, or this one right here, that's pulling your video down. And if you learn how to get those up, like I said, I'll teach you everything I've learned over the past 4 years, then it will go so far. Offer something new. We touched on this before, but be different and be better. Give them something they've never seen before. Have you ever seen a video and you're watching it and you're like, wow, how could I never have known this existed before? This is amazing. This is what I needed all my life. If you can figure out how to do that in a video, that's going to put you so much further ahead. Some of these channels, yes, they blow up off of one video, and that idea behind it is so key, but often it does take time to really grind because these overnight successes, they're built up off of 5 years of work. Now, I don't want to discourage you and say 5 years because everyone's timeline is different, but the point is, it took Mr. Beast time to get to where he is, and so you need to be in there, get ready for it, for the long haul. Enjoy the journey, okay? Have fun making these videos. Really enjoy yourself and have the process. Get in those communities, meet the people, have fun with it. Because if this feels like a day job and you're not making any money off of it or you're hating yourself the whole time you're making your videos, you're going to burn out. pretty fast. That's how I've been able to keep this up for almost 4 years now, putting out even up to 3, 4, and 5 videos a day on my gaming channel, and now working on this one too as a full-time husband and dad. Never stop learning. The moment you quit learning is the moment you start dying. You never know everything, and there's always someone to learn from and apply. Take the good stuff, apply it to your channel. Take the bad stuff, put it aside. Maybe you use it later, maybe you don't, maybe you apply it in a different way. But you always keep learning, and that will take you so far. I cannot stress that enough. Be a student of the game and never quit learning. If you do want to grow your YouTube channel in 2022, subscribe to this channel. I'll be putting out videos teaching you everything I learned over the past 4 years, from the full-time YouTubers, the channel managers, and the studies I've put in myself. So I'd love to see you around for the channel's future. I am Austin. Thank you so much for watching.